Welcome to the Harjit and Prayer show with your host, Harjit and Prayer.
All right, what's up, Prayer?
Hey man, how are you?
Hey, didn't you? Weren't you just on another show?
I don't want to talk about that.
Okay, never mind. Because we are wearing the same shirts. That's
I
weird.
know. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're actually going to post that.
Yes.
Okay. Great.
That's like Hajj and Prayer blooper or something.
hmm
You know.
I don't want to comment, but anyway,
Anyways, so we're
we
back
got
with another show.
mhm,
Road to Ignite, Pathway to Ignite, Masala to Ignite, whatever.
Cloud to Ignite.
Cloud to Ignite. Right. So, so what do we got today, man? What are we going to talk about?
I think you had mentioned you wanted to talk about some of the session build. Well, I'm sorry, schedule building tools that are available, and also just a brief rundown of how to attack um,
Right.
the start of the week. Especially if you're new, you may not know. Yeah, if you're not, if you have never been to Ignite, like, all right, when I'm showing on Sunday, what should I be doing for the
Right.
next day when the conference starts?
Yeah, I think what we should start with is the agenda for the week. And has come up with, I mean, they have it on their website, acom.com. You have a top ribbon there, and it says agenda.
Okay.
And it talks about, so for example, and it tells you what's happening at Microsoft Ignite and gives you a kind of a big picture thing. So for Sunday, the 23rd, uh, starting at 7:30 to 10:30, there are going to be shuttles from your hotels to the conference center. Then you can start picking up your badge and your swag.
hmm
Also from 7:30 to 5:30 on Sunday. So it's a good idea to actually get that stuff early.
Right.
Uh,
Absolutely.
Not on Monday because you're gonna have a lot of people doing that on Monday, and this way you can bring it back to your hotel and stuff like that. Well, they also have the pre-day breakfast for the pre-day attendees, and then pre-day workshops, certifications, and there's an Ignite 101 session for those who are first-time attendees,
hmm
and then again a lunch and there's the big focus actually on that Sunday is the diversity and technology pre-day conferences, workshops.
Okay.
So it's a lot of diversity and inclusion type of sessions, and that's Microsoft's focus uh, is going this year, which is good, which is really
hmm
awesome,
Cool.
and so on. And then there's the shuttles later in the afternoon, and so on and so forth.
Yep.
And then on Monday, real quick again, shuttles start at 6:30 in the morning. Breakfast, again, badge and swag pickup. Then you have, starting at 9, you have the vision keynote. And then the tech keynotes at 10:45. Um, the expo hall opens at 12:30, and so on and so forth. And then
Was
sessions
that a
start.
plane that just went over your
That was a
house?
that was a motorbike.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, the Montes, they're wow.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Watch out for Bigfoot.
Yeah. So anyway, so general sessions start at 2:15 on Monday, and then finally the welcome reception at 5:30 with all the vendors and the expo hall, right, where you can start talking to vendors and getting swag and having some food and beer and all that fun stuff.
hmm
So
So I want to say something. Like,
sure.
what's the point of getting all your gear, your tags, and your book bag on Sunday? It's because Monday morning, if you want to go do that, it's going to be insane.
Yes.
Like, just think about 30,000 people trying to get this done. Especially if you want to get into the Vision keynote or any of the venues that host it, you need to have your badge to get in, obviously.
Yeah.
So if you get that out of the way, if you're coming in early enough on Sunday where you can get that out of the way, like as soon as you check into the hotel, or if your hotel isn't letting you in yet, go get that done. Like, drop your bag off, make sure it's secure, get all your stuff, and then check in.
Yes,
That
absolutely.
has saved me personally like a humongous amount of time.
And
Rather
that's what
than
we've been doing every year. And also, this helps you avoid bringing your other backpack because, technically when you're going to the conference center, you're bringing your backpack with your laptop or to take notes or whatever.
Sure.
So now you're going to end up having two backpacks to carry around, and it's just cumbersome. And
Yep.
It's a good way to avoid the lines, definitely.
Yep. Yeah, Sunday everything goes really, really fast. They have this down really good.
Oh, they do.
And from what I remember in Orlando, there was a few different places at the convention center where you could pick up your bag, your badge, and all that kind of stuff. And so you're not waiting in line very long.
No.
So just get it over with. Then you have everything that you need to get into your sessions, the keynote, all that kind of stuff. So.
Yeah. I agree. That's a good.
I'm going to mute my video for just a moment, but keep talking.
All right. I can still hear you though.
Oh yeah. So.
Okay. So, anyways, so this continues on Tuesday, continues on Wednesday, and continues on Thursday. And then Thursday we have something really special, which is the Microsoft Ignite celebration, and that starts at 7:30 in the evening, and that's going to be at what is that? Universal.
Yep.
Right. What's the other one? Island of Adventure and Universal something, right?
Man, I don't know. All I know is it was a lot of fun.
It's a Disney, right? It's a Disney, whatever.
No,
So-
it's not Disney. It's
Well-
like I can't believe you just said that.
Well, Universal. Yeah. Right. Exactly.
So it's all the Harry Potter stuff, Jurassic World, a bunch of rides like Spider-Man, King Kong, Hulk, lots and lots of roller coasters.
It's
I've
a lot
ever-
of fun. Actually, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Lots of food, lots of drinks. Oh my God, it's a lot of fun. But they have shuttles leaving at starting at 7:00.
Going to the park, yeah.
Going to
Right.
the park, yeah. So
Now-
so that's
My advice for that one is try to get there early so that you're not crowded on all the shuttles and stuff like that, because
Mhm.
it takes, on a bus, it takes a long time to get there.
Right.
You could also take an Uber to get there. That's what we did, and they have a different entrance to drop you off, and that kind of goes quicker, and it's cheap with a bunch of people.
right.
And there's also City Walk in front of
Oh, that's right.
Universal. So you can have like a really good meal with your friends and stuff like that, and then just when the park opens for the event, you can just walk in.
Right, that's what we did last year, right?
Yep, and it worked out really well.
Yeah. We had
And
some food and
don't-
drinks and
I forgot what time it ends, but don't leave at the time that it ends.
right.
Leave before that, if the shuttle buses are running, because just think about
It's a madhouse.
30,000 people trying to leave. It's crazy.
Yeah. And then you have to find your bus, and it's a different bus that goes to the different hotels and
Yep.
things like that.
I feel bad for those logistics people.
Yeah.
Man.
But they got it down to a science, though. They're pretty good.
Yep.
So, and so a reminder: just because the celebration's on Thursday night and goes on pretty late, that does not mean Friday nothing's happening.
Oh
there's
yeah,
sessions on
there's
Friday.
sessions, absolutely.
And sessions until 1:45 in the afternoon, and then with a lunch, and then you call it a day and say goodbye.
Yeah.
So that's the agenda in a nutshell, really. So is there something else you want to add to that, or you're good?
So I always find Monday an odd day because the keynote is in the morning, and that you're sitting for a few hours if you're in one of those venues where you're viewing it on like a really, really huge screen.
True.
I personally, I can't sit for that long. I just start to get a little stir crazy, and so all the good stuff I think happens in the beginning,
Right.
like the heavy hitting stuff, and then it kind of wanes off, and you kind of can detect the shift in energy. Sorry to sound so zen there or whatever, but like you're like, okay, they're starting to wind down, and maybe whatever. So I take that opportunity to leave, and just kind of like, how long is it going to take me to get in between the different places? And so you can also do this on Sunday again if all the places are open, but the place is huge, and to get from point A to point B isn't. You don't think it's going to take a while to walk, and so
Yeah.
I don't think you have to sit for the whole keynote. They just talk about some of the big news, and so you can leave partway through it to just kind of check out the rest of the venue.
Yeah, or if you want to go to another location, you can still live stream. I mean, they're live streaming everything.
Yep. In fact, I think I left and I put my headset on and I just listened to the audio while I was walking around checking stuff out.
You know what's interesting about this is that when we were in Atlanta, I remember I came back to my hotel room. I had to drop off some stuff and whatever, but there was a session that was starting up, and I really wanted to go to this. So I was like, by the time I got there, it would have been like, 20 minutes in or something. So thankfully, that session was actually being live streamed. And so I connected over my phone with a headset, and I'm walking from the hotel to, and I'm watching, following along with the session. And then I walked right into the session, and then,
I did the same thing a couple of times.
That was so convenient. Oh my God.
Or if like you're in a session, you're like, this isn't really what I thought it was going to be.
Just go to something else.
And if you have it on your schedule in the app, it's really easy to navigate to that stuff. So,
So speaking of the app and all that stuff, well, the session builder or session scheduler is already out, right? So now you can start picking and choosing your sessions, and the recommendation is to double book, triple book. You have the ability to do that. It's not going to affect anything. Microsoft does adjust room sizes and stuff depending on, but they've got algorithms and they know what they're doing, and they can see all the double bookings and triple bookings. Well, the reason for the double and triple bookings is so that, like you said earlier, you walk into the one session that you thought you were interested in, and it was kind of maybe kind of fluff, or it didn't meet your expectations, and you can say, hey, there's another session that I booked at the same time. I'm going to go to that instead. So the key to do all of this stuff, the trick is actually to try to get sessions that are close in proximity.
Definitely.
So you don't have to run from one end of the convention center to the other, because then you're going to miss out, pretty much the whole thing, or a good part of it. So try to pick your sessions. If you're going to double, triple book, make sure they are in about in the same location type of place, and so you can get to one to another. So there's some tricks to build your sessions. When you go to the schedule builder, which is also at myignite or ignite.microsoft.com, and then it'll convert to myignite.techcommunity.microsoft.com, and because the tech community is now connected with the Ignite stuff.
Yep.
So so when you first get to your session builder portal, there's some recommended sessions that come up. I don't know whether you've seen that. If they're interesting to you, I guess based on your profile or something, that's how it works. But you can just ignore those if they're not interesting. And then you can start looking at, what I did, the way I did my schedule is I went through day by day. So I clicked on Monday, and then I scrolled down and just started looking at, what's interesting, what's not, based on title, and just started adding those. You can also do a search for, let's say you're looking for System Center, PowerShell, Office 365, whatever, that will narrow down your searches.
Right.
And then they also have, you can also refine your search with some pre-built stuff already on the side, right?
Right.
So you can do, if you are looking for sessions for specific time frames, like I want to look at sessions for 9 o'clock. They'll just give you all those 9 o'clock ones, or 3 o'clock, or whatever.
Exactly.
And then they have solutions. You can choose, modern workplace and application and infrastructure if you want to narrow it down that way. You have by products and Azure and Office 365 servers, enterprise mobility, you name it, they have it there, right? If you are looking for levels, you're like more interested in, I don't want any of the low end sessions. I want the 400 level. They have that too.
Yep.
Okay.
I do that too. I always filter for 3 and 400.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
And then they got session types. This is also very interesting. So you got theater sessions, which are the 20-minute sessions, and they're all over the place, right? Usually they're in the hallways at the convention center, or they're mainly in the expo hall area. You'll find these various theaters.
Mm-hmm.
And, I guess they can fit about maybe 100 people or so,
Yep.
Sometimes people will just stand and just listen and stuff like that. And those sessions are actually really, really good, because it's so short for time.
Right. You got to get to the point.
You got to get to the point. They give you the meat and you're done. That's it,
Mm-hmm.
So those are fun sessions. You got breakout sessions, which are 75 minutes long. You got breakout sessions that are 45 minutes. You got workshops. You got community meetups. That's something new this year.
Mm-hmm.
They have like meetup sessions. I'm doing one of those. They have podcasts and all sorts of things. It's amazing. And and finally they have a format too. Like, do you want hands-on labs? Do you want community meetups? Do you want diversity in tech? And so on and so forth.
Yep.
So really, really easy to make your schedule.
Yeah. It's not part of, I don't know if it's considered part of the session builder, but if you're logged in, you can click on connecting and it brings you to a drop down.
Yes.
And then you can, there's 3 options today: expert finder, sponsor, directory, and then
Tech
community. If you click on expert finder and then put in, like I'm going to put in Harjit. I'm not sure what you're expert on, but if there's someone that you are looking to see, like, all right, when are all their sessions, you can search for them and then click on them. You can see the sessions, and then you can just add their sessions directly to your schedule. You can also favorite them if you want to. I'm not going to favorite you.
Come on.
But also,
do it.
Their Twitter feed is there as well. Another neat thing, and I haven't checked to see if this functionality is there yet, but when you signed up for your not signed up, but when you start scheduling your sessions, it's linked back to the tech community, which has forums related to those sessions, and you can actually start discussing items now. And so if I wasn't sure about a session, I would actually start messaging and saying, hey, is this going to be happening or what? Or, are you going to, I'm not going to be able to go, can you post the PowerPoint? And the speakers would do that. And so there you go. And in fact, even after Ignite, there was discussions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So there's
kind
of
like, way, like you said, right? So you're like, the title sounds good. The abstract seems to be what I was looking for, but I'm not sure. So let me talk to the speaker and say, hey, are you going to show this, this, and this? Or
right.
Is this going to be, and then,
Yep.
I've done that before too, where I was expecting something else and the speaker said, no, it's something else. And so I'm like, okay, that solves my problem. So I'll go find some other session.
Cool.
So.
I wonder what happens if I search for me. Prayer.
Do you come up?
No prayer at Ignite. Oh, well.
Oh, well. Yeah, and then the tech community brings you to another portal.
Yeah, I think that's the coolest feature.
Yeah,
is that
the
whole
cool.
Integration is just solid. Really, really cool.
Yeah, they've been doing a great job with this.
Yep.
So, and then I believe the app will be out just before Ignite starts.
Okay.
So, I believe it's going to be, it usually happens like that too. I think it's not this far in advance. It's usually probably like a week before, a few days before. And because you've already done everything on the web, so it just syncs to your app, and then you're good to go.
Yeah,
So
exactly. Like you don't really.
yeah,
I don't think you need the app until you're there,
exactly.
personally. So
Yeah, you don't need it. So
good.
anyway, so yeah, that's the schedule builder, and I think we should encourage everybody to start building their schedules, and you know this will inform. Let Microsoft know about interests and rooms, and sometimes they do adjust rooms. Some of the rooms are already picked out already, you know, based on previous popularity and stuff like that. So
Gotcha. Cool.
yeah, so yeah, and that's pretty much all I have for this week's Ignite stuff. Sounds good.
I think it was really good. I hopefully people found that helpful, especially if you're new and you're just thinking you're going to show up at a conference. Really consider taking advantage of the tools that are available now to
Yeah.
help plan it. I think it would be really, really good.
Okay.
So
And I guess in our next shows we can probably try to cover something about networking, because that's really really big. Give some tips on how to network and find people like us, like you. And,
they won't be. I'm not an expert.
well,
Pooh,
hey, listen.
pooh.
Someone remember when people used to stop you at was it
Oh
Atlanta or somewhere
God, that was
and said,
so.
"Hey, are you Prayer? Because I recognize your beard and I can recognize it."
Yeah, that was
Remember
pretty
that?
strange.
Yeah, that
But
was strange.
the main thing was I wasn't expecting to be stopped in the middle of busy streets in Atlanta by drunk people saying, "Hey, I was like, okay, what just happened?" And then you're like, maybe it's from the show.
Yeah.
I'm like, people watch this? I thought we were doing it as like a joke. I
Hey,
really thought we were doing it as a joke, but clearly, yeah,
clearly not. I
nope.
guess that's value.
We'll see.
Anyways, all right, man. So this has been a good show. We'll
Yeah,
catch up later. So I am Harjit, and you'll find me on Twitter as @Hoorge, Hoorge.
cool, man. My name is Prayer. Really, that's my name. That's my first name. It's Prayer. And you can find me on Twitter at the IT Jedi.
Cool. Cheers.
Later, man.
Bork, bork, bork.